middle of the week that Wednesday is, and you hit it hard and pay for the most advertisement, and people will be like, oh, and they get talking, because if you advertise before, yeah, people are talking, but then they're like, they're going to kind of shop around, and you want them to on that, you want to do the talk of.
I agree. I think one way before for the people that are the planners.
Yes.
And I'm a planner, and then so that and they
a lot of the events, so like in California, that's how they do it, like, this is just a conference called like Mexico. And I said, well, it's kind of the same, so why not try it and see if it works? So they were like, they're just telling me their numbers and how they're successful and how much they put into advertisement, they stayed here and there, and they've gotten better results doing it this way. So I was like, okay, let's try it. So I do it. My phone hasn't like stopped ringing. I mean, it's still ringing, but like it's non-stop. People want. Like we only have for like 2 more days.
How many total are you?
We have like about 100.
I was talking to somebody at lunch today, and they mentioned about, oh, you guys are going to have some big event downtown. I go, yes, we're going to have Cinco de Mayo, not this weekend, but the following weekend, and it's going to be huge. They're all excited about that. That little park where that gravel is, that's going to be full. There's going to be bands all over, there's bands and bands. There's going to be people up and down the street. Oh,
right now
so
we have 100 horses competing.
Wow.
And coming not to say, but I'll just tell you, as of right now, the grand prize is $20,000.
You gotta need a horse.
I need a horse.
I don't think Carrot Pizza Foods is the one. So what happened was, I guess there was a
They're
dance competition in Ellensburg this past weekend. I guess that's where it was at. Well, I guess people were like mad. There was this big old kind of fight that happened. So the owner from Fiesta Foods kind of said, hey, we'll put your money where your mouth is. We're going to be here. So a bunch of people like riding horse, and there's people coming from all over for this competition. A guy put in like 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. Like they're putting all this money in. So now they have for this grand prize, and he's still collecting donations.
Oh my word.
So as of right now, that's where they're at. And then,
hey, let's go ahead and call this to
Yes.
order, and then we can bring that all up, okay? So it's about 5 after 4, calling to order. Do we have anybody joining us by Zoom? Welcome. We have Stephanie over here. Thanks for being here, Stephanie.
Thank you.
So we have a roll call, just so we know we have a quorum. So if you guys will I'll start with me. I'm Julia Hart. I'm on the Sunnyside City Council, and I'm the chair this year for the LTAC committee. I've been it before, so I kind of have an idea what we're up to and some things we want to do in the community. So we'll get back to Cinco de Mayo because I'm jazzed about that. So Peggy, if you'll explain yourself a little bit.
I'm Peggy Beeler. I am Sunnyside RV Park, and I have been the salary commissioner for 14 years. And I am on LTAC, and this is my second time on LTAC, so I'm pretty used to it as well.
Good deal.
I'm Lindsay Herfman, and I am on Rotary, and we organize the Lighted Financial Parade, and that is why I'm here.
Thank you.
so I'm Amy Rubio, and I do Sunshine Days and Cinco de Mayo, and I just joined Rotary too.
Awesome. Very good. And Stephanie?
And I'm Stephanie Gangle with Yakima Valley Tourism.
Okay. What was your last name, Stephanie?
Gangle?
Gangle?
Yep, with a G.
G-A-N?
G-L-E.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for being here too. Gives us a nice quorum. So we are going to have on our active agenda then this afternoon is to elect a vice chair. So as vice chair, you would get to basically serve when the chairman is not here, and also help with figuring out agenda items. I think would be really useful to have the vice chair be involved in that. Jackie is our city liaison, and she is the one who keeps us on track, and so we don't spend too much money or lose sight of what our goals are, right?
Thank you.
Okay. So the nominations for does anybody want to be, I think I'll start there. Does anybody want to be the vice chair? I have a dying urge to do it.
I don't mind doing it.
We meet, how often? That's good. How often do we meet again?
As needed.
As needed. So it doesn't, it's not like when we meet, it's a heavy commitment, but, and we can meet whenever we need to. So we have a pretty flexible committee meeting.
I was gonna say, Amy was the vice chair last time, and so it'd be good to have someone from the other side of it to be the vice chair this time.
Because you're in the actual renting out of rooms and so forth.
Collecting the money.
Collecting,
Collecting the
you
money.
pay the tax, that's right. So is there any objection? Stephanie, do you have any burning desire to be vice chair?
I'm actually not on the committee. I'm only here for informational purposes.
Well, then, thank you. So is there any objection to having Peggy be our vice chair?
No?
So I think then by acclamation, we can declare Peggy Beeler as our vice chair.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
And you said aye?
Aye.
Okay.
Sorry.
I didn't vote, I figured it was me, so.
Without objection, we will, Peggy Beeler will be our vice chair. Thank you so much for offering to serve, both on the committee and now as chair. Thank you. I get a little formal once in a while. Don't count on it being like this all the time. So then now, current projects and event updates. So we kind of, before we started recording the meeting, Amy Rubio with the Cinco de Mayo was giving us kind of a brief summary. And if you wouldn't mind just kind of recapping just the highlights there, the horses.
Yes, so right now we have 100 horses that are going to be competing in the horse competition. We do have about 200 horses that are just going to be in the parade.
Wow.
We're getting horses from California, Canada, Nevada, Vegas, and I believe Louis said Colorado. So we're getting horses not just from Sunnyside. And I want to say the people that are competing from Sunnyside are about like 30 people. Everybody else is from outside of Sunnyside. We are getting 2 judges from Mexico that are coming to judge this competition. So they're like these legit horse competition judges. I guess
Not rinky dink.
no,
Professional.
yes,
judges.
professional judges. So Luis and Fiesta Foods and Samuel Correa are the ones that are in charge of all that for me. They do all that. They kind of give me an update at our meetings that we have. So that's where they're at with that. They are still getting sponsors and donors that are coming in. So as this week and next week, the price can go up. So that's why they haven't really announced the official how much the prices are going to be, because they've been getting so many donors coming in, because they are getting these judges from Mexico, because a lot of people are coming from outside to come into this event. I have the carnival that's coming. I checked, they have two new rides that they're going to bring. As long as they fit in the area, they're going to bring a couple new rides. Shouldn't say 2, but they're going to bring a couple new rides. They're doing Buddy Night Friday night, which is you buy a bracelet and you get one for free on Friday only. There was no school, but it's a snow day now, so there'll be school. So we did talk to the carnival, so they're going to adjust the time a little bit more, just so then that way the kids are at school, after school, that there's time still going to be able to use that bracelet. So other than that, like our bands, and from what I heard from the hotel at Best Western, there was only 7 rooms left available.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And it's not brought people in before. I mean, this is amazing. Yeah,
Well,
this is amazing.
It's sold out almost
every year, hasn't it?
before, but it's been a few years since we've had it. So I
Yeah.
imagine it's more.
Yeah.
Not to this level. No, not 200 participants and with horses.
For horses, we
Yeah.
usually have 200 in the parade, but as far as competing wise, we only limit it to like 40, 50 horses. So
This
we're
is
gonna-
opened up
yeah.
hugely.
yes, it's opened up way bigger. And I mean, it does help that the other towns are not having one, and, you know, they're all coming here. We were trying to be friendly neighbors and do like, they compete, and then ours was the big semifinals, but because they're not doing it, ours is just gonna be the one big one. So we do have a lot of vendors, coming from kind of all over, you know, Seattle area. I do have some from Idaho, from Oregon that are coming in, and then I do have our local people that are here.
Did you say there was about 100 vendors?
Yes, about 100 vendors, and that's because I still have people on a wait. I have them on a waiting list in case somebody for last minute they cancel. I can call them and say, hey, last minute they
Still wanna
canceled.
do it?
Do you still want to do it?
Yeah.
So
So many people out of state too,
yeah.
big.
So that's where we're at. The parade is going good. We're still accepting applications, just they won't be judged in the parade.
Now, the parade's gonna be on Sunday, correct?
Correct.
And that's usually about 10 o'clock, 11
No,
o'clock? Noon.
Noon.
I was just fishing around. I get to see it from my front door almost, because they line up along
Yes.
there. I can just wander out there. So,
If
okay,
they need to dump their tanks or do anything like that, or put water on board, I know a lot of people bring their RVs, but they stay down there for security. If anybody needs that, they can come to the park.
Okay, I'll let them know. I know the carnival was trying to look for a location, and I did give them your guys' number, and I know,
but we have one over by Public Works too, they're all for a dumping.
A dump, but not clean water.
Okay.
yeah, St. Joseph, since they have a new, priest, I don't think he was gonna allow them to stay to kind of camp there. So we're trying to find them a location where they can, because they still have their big rides. Let's say one certain reason it's not working, or it may function at the other event, but it's here, they're gonna work on it. So that's what I'm trying to help them also. Spectrum's coming in, and they're gonna put Wi-Fi down there for Spectrum use, for that vendor, because they are one of our sponsors.
So we always get 50% off. That's just
Okay.
something we've always done
Okay.
to help the city. And, so it's always 50% off our regular rate. It's sometimes
Okay.
nice for them at the end of the day to have a hot shower and, electricity. Yeah.
Yeah. Good deal.
So that is my update, and we have 5 girls competing
Okay.
for the crown, for the Miss Cinco de Mayo.
Now, how are you doing the pageant?
It's gonna be outside, so it'll be on Saturday at 5 for the big girls, and then 11 o'clock for the little girls. And Monica Bergen from Marysville is the one that's in charge of the little girls.
Little.
So then our judges are coming from the Seattle area
For
to judge the pageant.
the
The
big,
Cinco.
the
big
one-
girls and the
one
little
at 5,
girls.
the
Yeah.
one at 5, and then the one at
11.
Okay. All right, very cool. And how's your other PR going? You were talking earlier about your social media.
That is going
thing.
good. We're kind of taking advice of what we had learned at this conference call. So we did yesterday, we promoted it, and our phones haven't stopped going, and our messages are really, going up. And this is our first year we did advertisement on Instagram. I normally just stick to Facebook, but we have noticed that a lot more followers are on Instagram where people are using it. So we did do like advertisement on Instagram. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm able to see that. So like, if anybody has Instagram, they can see it. Let me know.
Let you know. Okay.
Yeah, because I don't know if it says sponsor or how that works, but I was like, I'm gonna try it and see. But I have gotten people that send phone calls and it says, oh, I saw this post on Instagram, I wanted more information.
Okay.
So right now our phone calls are because they saw it on Instagram.
Okay. One other quick question. So the Cinco de Mayo Festival actually opens Friday at noon.
At noon.
Are you having any kind of
It's more like soft opening, so we're just gonna have like a DJ playing music, and we are having like not a health fair, but like a work fair. Worksource is gonna be down there, and they're gonna be offering jobs. Businesses are gonna be there, and they might even hire you on the spot. So right now, I know they had like 40 vendors of businesses that have jobs for people.
wow?
And
So this is very exciting.
yes,
Amy,
and then
wow.
we reached out to the field workers, so, everyone that comes, I think they're called HO.
H2 something, HN2?
Yeah, something like that.
H2A?
H something, I
Yeah.
can't remember,
But
but,
it's the migrant workers
Yes.
on the special visa.
so we gave them
Excellent.
kind of the flyer, so
Mhm.
they're going to be coming to the event to, come to our festival.
Yeah,
So that's kind
that's one of their payday days anyway, isn't it? Friday?
well, they start showing like Wednesday. They start coming, we get them at the store Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
And they come all through,
The weekend then?
yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, well, that's nice.
Yeah, so we're said,
Okay.
hey, this is what we have, come spend your money
Down
down
here, your
here.
money down here. Right, right, oh,
The more the merrier.
good deal. All right,
So that's my update
good.
for Cinco.
Well, that's a lot.
Yes.
Very, and it's only like, what, 2 weeks away? Not
No,
even.
next week.
It's only a week away.
Now,
Yeah.
closer to a week.
Yeah. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
Okay, do you have anything for us too, Lindsay? Any projects you're working on or coming up? I know there's a ribbon cutting on Friday.
There is, yes, that, here's for a Bob's, drive-in is having, they have new owners, so we're doing that. But as far as the parade goes, we don't really, right now we're just working on getting our sponsors back and doing that. We're planning on doing everything the same, adding a few more vendors. Everybody that came last year wants to come again. So that is, and what we're planning on, because next year will be our 35th. So we're trying to do it like a little bit slower pace this year because we want to do something big. 35th, and yeah, that's all. We're doing that right now.
Okay.
So yeah.
Good. All right, very cool. So that's our, Peggy, is there anything going on at the RV park that you want to give us an update on?
Yeah, we have spent 6 figures in updating our electrical. So the park's actually a little bit torn up. The roads we just finished last year have now been cut. Half of our sidewalks are missing, but it is giving us a wonderful opportunity because the last thing was a little bit of landscaping, hardscaping actually. And so that's taking place as they're digging everything up. And it's been 7 weeks so far and we're only halfway. So what was happening is people were coming in, it's still an RV park, and I'm not quite sure how to handle expectations, but people are coming in with these huge rigs, which we can easily accommodate at the park, but they come in with 3 air conditioners. Well, that's like a house.
Yeah.
And you're talking about a 30 or a 50 amp plug-in. And so we're updating everything. It will all be 50 amp because nobody's using 30 amp. And 90% of ours were already, but we needed 100%. Costs had been put in 30 years ago. That wiring just needed to be updated. So, and the pool's not open yet because the weather isn't cooperating, but we do have the saltwater pool that's going to be having the big opening soon. And through that now we've got a fire pit area attached to the pavilion area. And we have a lot of summer activities planned, movies, outdoor movies planned, and 4th of July is always a big thing at the park. When we do barbecues, it's just so much busier in the summer, and nobody's a stranger when you're in an RV for some reason, and that's a good thing.
I've noticed that. I've only started camping this last year, solo camping, and
Nobody's a stranger.
nobody's a stranger. I think they look out for your dogs and look out for theirs. It's all really cool. Okay, anything else then?
Nope.
That sounds pretty exciting over there. Okay, we have here items from committees.
Or just have updates. Updates.
Okay, Stephanie, would you like to give us some updates too? Thank you for reminding me that. She was so quiet in her corner.
Thank you very much. Just wanted to reach out and let you guys know that we had been working on cometothesun.com. So if you guys have time to go to it, check it out. It's cometothesun.com/2022/design. That's going to be the new format and layout. So if you guys want to go and take a look at it, give us any other feedback that you're going to need before it goes live. Just want to get final approval before we do that. We have a photographer coming out for Cinco on Sunday of the event and a videographer as well. So we'll have that all ready for you guys. And then we have a schedule laid out for 2022 with the rest of it being Summer Ale Fest. We have another one on that same day where we'll be doing the winery and the brewery tour with them, and then also 2 food stops, the memorial and farmers market sometime in July. So working on all of that for you.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Stephanie?
Can you repeat the website, where to go again?
Sure, not a problem.
Sun.com
And then it's /2022
Okay,
and then /design.
wasn't sure if I had it right. Okay.
And that's the one where we go and look and see what's already done or the layout?
Yes, yeah, take a look at all the changes that Daniel has made according to the feedback he has previously received. And any new information that you want us to add or photos or anything like that. And then when it's all good to go, we'll launch it and it'll be live. So it's really pretty.
So when people go look at it, do we have to tell them that slash also?
No, that's
No, it's
just
just
for
for
the
us.
redesign. Yeah, yeah. And then after
Okay.
that, he'll drop that. It'll go live and it'll just be comeToTheSun.com.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So,
Stephanie, this is Peggy, and I just want you to know, as always, the support that you give us for the dollars that we give you, we definitely get our money's worth, and thank you.
you're very
It was
welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you. We really appreciate the partnership too. Thank you.
Okay, all right. She's giving us a little preview there.
Yeah,
Right along.
I do have a question, Stephanie.
Sure.
For the 4th of July.
Not about the website necessarily, but I know that you had someone at the light department parade. And how does the Rotary get those pictures? Or I'm not sure because I haven't. We're supposed to ask right after, and then I just never have. So.
Oh, not a problem. No, I'm sure that Shannon is probably done. She took a lot of photos and it was taking her a while to filter through them and get the best quality ones. And so I'm sure she's still working on that or is probably finished with it, but I'll get with Jennifer and then we'll make sure and send those to you if you haven't already received it. It's probably going to be a pretty large file, so it'll probably need to be done through like WeTransfer or something like that, but we'll get those to you so you can start using them for your promo.
Okay, yeah, that would be great. I was gonna start trying to go through them and choose the pictures that we have, for the poster and everything, probably in June or July. So that's why I was kind of curious, when we will be able to get those.
Yep, I'll email Jennifer right now and I'll ask her to send those to you guys so that you have them and you can start using them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just go to Jackie, right? Jackie can send them to us. Okay.
Okay.
Could you send me the name of the person that will be down there for video and photo, just so then I can let my sound people know, so that way if they need to get close to the stage, because we kind of have it closed off, and since we have bigger artists, we don't just let anybody back there. But if they know they are with, I can let them know, like, this is who's coming or this is the company. If they just let my sound guy know, they'll let them in there.
Okay, yeah, it's for the photography, it's Kayla Ryder Photography, and then and it will be Kayla Ryder herself who will be there. And then the videography is going to be with Digital Vendetta. And we're still trying to nail down a person because since it is Mother's Day that day, we're trying to nail down a person with them who would be available. So, and then would you like us to just send you that information of the contact info?
Just send it to me. Just send it to me in email so that I have it, and that way the day of the event, if they ask, I can just pull it up on my email.
Okay.
This is Jackie. Is Kayla the same lady that took the Sunshine Days pictures?
Yes, I believe she was the one that was hired for that. Yeah.
I wasn't. I'm thinking, in my opinion, I didn't really like her pictures. I mean, I know that kind of sounds mean, but heads were cut off.
They were too digital. They were too edited.
Okay.
Way too.
Crop too much.
It was like no way to like Photoshop edited like a filter more. They were like really filtery, not
Okay.
like natural, like a light filter was very filtery.
Did you see them?
I did, yeah, and I did, yes, I came across some that, I didn't know why, but it was cropped a certain way, and I didn't know what was trying to be focused. I thought maybe it's just because I'm not a photographer, but as, you know, if we're gonna use them on the website, as far as someone trying to see what the event would be like, I couldn't get that from those photos. So that was kind of, yeah, how I kind of felt about it, but, I guess maybe we just give her that feedback, and then hopefully it'd be different for Cinco if we can't, if there's no one else, because that's who you guys work with, right? Most of the time is her. Stephanie? She looks perfect. Oh, no, she
No,
is.
there
Oh,
she is.
okay.
There we go. Yeah, it kind of, oh, it keeps telling me that am I still on? It's saying my internet connection is
Yes.
unstable. Are you guys there? Did I?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, I hear you now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So just give her that feedback, and I'll send that information over to Jennifer and Daniel so that they know that they were not the quality you were expecting, and see what we can do from there.
We shouldn't like go with the same person every time, but I really, really love Andrew Hamill's pictures. But I know he's working for the Sunnyside Sun, so I don't know how that works.
Well, I
Okay.
think if you can draw on his pictures,
And I
say to
hired
the
my
Sun,
own.
you'd have to talk with
Yeah.
them. If he's working for them, then it becomes property of the Sun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then we would talk to the management over there about that.
Yeah. Maybe I'll talk to Jennifer about it and see what he thinks. If there's anybody else you guys have on your roll, or just
Because if a person who is looking, I mean, I'm a photographer too, and if you've cropped it, so you can't tell what the thing is, the event, then it's a wasted picture. I mean, that's the whole purpose,
Yeah.
is to be able to see, this is what they were eating watermelon. You can tell that because it's shoved in their face. But if you've cropped everybody's head off and you can't see the watermelon angle of it, expression on people's faces, well, then that's no good. That's no good.
Yeah, it wasn't. And
I'm
you-
just using watermelon because I take pictures of that.
And you had to hire, you hired your own, correct, already for this year for season one, just because you weren't sure.
Yeah, I
about the
wasn't
quality
sure,
of
and I want to
something.
make sure that I
Yeah.
get,
What you want.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think who did you order? Who did you hire?
And years before I've used Andrew Hamill, and I had a new girl that's local, and she's kind of starting out, and she approached me, and she's like, hey, you know, I would like the opportunity. I've seen her work, it's pretty good, and we like to support local business, and if I'm going to pay somebody, not that Andrew's not local, but, you know, I want to give somebody else that opportunity
Local
as
and
well.
in our region.
Yeah, and she's here in Sunnyside, and
Is she the one that did some of the stuff at Christmas?
no, this is a new girl, so she did my Cinco de Mayo royal, like,
Oh, yeah.
candidate
Oh, those
pictures.
candidate pictures
Those
turned out
candidate-
really nice.
Yeah, and she took them to
Okay,
the Sunnyside.
that's,
thing.
Sunshine Days, right?
Yeah.
Was that this past year?
Yeah, this is the one.
Can you guys hear me?
Beginning.
Can you kind of-
Yeah.
Okay. So would you then like the funds that were paid to or would be paid to Yakima Valley Tourism to pay somebody to do that? Would you like us then to just see about paying somebody that you suggest, like the young lady that Amy was just talking about? If you think that where you say, I'm sorry, the internet connection is really unstable, so I'm losing bits of it, but I think you like the photos that she took of Sunshine Days last year. Was that what I got from that?
I'm looking at the pictures and I think they're.
There were some of them that was,
We're looking at the pictures now, and some of them are so far away, it's literally,
The ones from,
yeah, like some of them are more of a building. I hadn't seen him before, and I was actually like, wow, he must really be a bad photographer. And, but yeah, I can see it now. There are definitely a good percentage of these pictures that are like more of a building in the background or a truck parked on the street than,
Or an odd angle of a vehicle.
or not, yeah,
Where it doesn't really,
yeah.
you know, give the feel of what it is. And
Yeah, like that one, the horse is missing. Some of the, you know, and he's got a picture of a guy on a horse, and the horse is missing.
In defense of the horse, they move pretty quickly, so it's sometimes difficult
Yeah,
to get pictures. And they're my favorite thing to take.
So that's
pictures
something
of.
that we can,
Maybe we need to talk about that. Maybe you guys can,
I don't know.
Yeah, because I already paid and I submitted already for like
Your one.
mine,
yours.
for yours. So I don't know how like that would work or what, or
does
if
that
we
change
hire
what she does?
a different one
I'll
or.
talk to Jennifer then, and see if there's things we can suggest to her
Okay.
that we like.
I would say that maybe there's suggestions you can make, and if it's already in the budget, we try it again, and she already has her person, and then we revisit whether maybe the event wants to just pay for their own photographer and then leave that out of the, you know, Yakima Valley Tourism budget proposal.
Because I give mine, all mine, I give them to, like,
Yeah.
once I get the file, I give them to Jackie. I send in a USB, I'll give them to Jackie so that the city's able to use them for whatever. So, I mean, I think you do.
Well, it doesn't make sense to double pay for these events. And so far, I've heard of 2 events for sure that you're double paying for. So that is definitely not a good use of funds.
Yeah, because we did the same thing, where we hired somebody, I didn't know, and
So
Okay,
3 things
well,
now.
okay, so, let's check into that.
yeah,
I'll work.
Jackie, if you'll
Jennifer.
check into that and see how that works. Because if you've already done yours, you've already submitted the money for it. Now, moving forward, let's try to keep, you know, some kind of door open here for.
It is a long event, so you may, it
You
would
might
probably a
actually
good
need
idea to get multiple,
Yeah.
you
And
multiple
ours is,
angles.
yeah, too, because I need, you know, maybe the girl didn't capture everything at the horse competition and they did, or she does just this side and they do them, because there is a lot of moving parts
Yeah.
that are going on for Cinco.
But isn't a photographer supposed to have like assistants to make sure that they get everything?
Well, yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no.
You
I-
talk to them, you
Yeah.
hire them.
I've covered
Yeah.
3 days of an event all by myself, and,
And I
yeah,
know Andrew Hamill's by himself.
and
Yeah.
he does it by himself, and he gets
He
to
is a lot.
everything. Yeah.
So
So
that
I'm
is good.
saying you can do it, but it's work.
But getting a drone shot this year?
I believe so. That's my, plan. 'Cause normally I like to get that drone shot,
Mhm.
just depending on weather, because I know last Cinco I couldn't because I think it was a little windy or it was raining or something and then it stopped, but then by the time the guy had already left. But that is my plan to get a drone shot.
Okay.
And normally I just ask him, hey, I'm gonna take a real quick drone shot and that's it.
I do have something that, I know that we could put on for the next agenda though, is discussing just that of LTAC having a little more input in the photography and, you know, stuff like that. I think it would be better for another discussion, especially maybe after we see how this goes. like
Well,
Cinco
when
de
we
Mayo
get this,
goes.
when we get the photograph that you're talking about, that
Yeah.
she's gonna send it.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
Okay.
I think that we need to put that on for a future discussion, because that was something that I had on my notes from last meeting,
Okay.
that we were gonna discuss LTAC having more of a role, since it is the people who benefit from, you know, those people coming in, so they want the good pictures, and people who do the event.
And the people who rent out the rooms want
know,
it to look pretty too.
Yeah, I just think that it would be good to have a
Space,
better,
room space.
you know, stay in it and stuff,
Yeah.
so.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's put that on, we do an item 4 there for future items, but I think we'll go ahead and just mark that. Okay, so,
Yeah.
Stephanie, do you have anything else you want to bring to our attention? While
That's
you're still
it.
here?
That's it.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much for listening to us and kind of rolling with us a little bit on that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we all want to have the prettiest pictures in the book, so they're on the website, so good deal. All right, we kind of had, if there's other items from committee members, one of the things before we go tonight, you know, when we get, maybe we can also talk about what kind of budget we're looking at too. Jackie, that's what this paper's about. Maybe after we get some comments from, okay, why don't we do it there? I just don't want to leave it out. I should have mentioned this earlier. There, we'll just put it in our staff members. Okay, any other things from committee members?
I do.
Okay.
I'm
Go ahead.
dying.
Okay,
I've been dying for this for a while. So, and also, I just want to say for Stephanie, she's amazing to work with.
yeah.
She, I mean, even at the RD part, she's trying to talk us into like more things, and she helps us out, and she doesn't get a dime from us. She's just amazing. But,
So we
So-
do pay into that, so. some
We
of that is
do.
just get some money.
we do.
But in any case,
But,
okay.
you know, we greatly lowered it, so, I mean, you know, and
Well-
she still keeps giving.
Well,
us
and you
stuff.
know, it's not like it's gonna stay low, it's probably, we want it to go up.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, they are. good. Thank you, Stephanie. Okay.
And
Peggy.
one of the things, and this was a point of like division in LTAC in the past. Okay. And that was, like, I come at it from a heads and beds perspective. Or bringing, not even that, I'm so tired of hearing that. From people outside of the community is what LTAC is designed for.
Yeah.
And that had gotten missed a little bit. And one of the things that I had an idea for, and it's actually being done right here in Sunnyside, so that's why I don't know, is a billboard. When I go to the ocean shores, the Gitchigumi Hotel, that used to be the thing I looked for. And I actually done a whole bunch of research on this already, not knowing if I was actually going to put an RSP through, and that's probably what I'm going to do. But I wanted to hear committee members' thoughts about this, because it's something that's actually done here, that it would be attracting those people that are driving past. Hopefully, a good percentage of them on an interstate are coming from those miles away. Just do something that makes us different. We know they're going to go to Prosper. They're just gonna. They have it set up down there. They have the tourism activities to go to. They have the parks that are amazing. They have the website that's wonderful. They're going to get them. But I have to tell you, we get a ton of people in our RV park from there because they don't like being off the freeway and they don't like hearing the noise. So, and they also don't like the bossy busybodies, as they call them over there. I don't know whether they are or they aren't. I'm just saying we get a ton of people like that. But I would love to see something that grabs Sunnyside right as we come to Sunnyside. And my very first meeting that I ever had with the city of Sunnyside when we moved here 14 years ago was the fact that we had the, I don't know what you call them, the roundabouts on the freeway exit, and that they weren't being used and they weren't even being mowed at that time, and they didn't have any trees on them at that time, and that's not taken care of.
The freeway exit.
Mhm. And the port controls that. It's actually, it was port property at that time, it sure was.
It was none, but I think the city's taking care of that again. Is that still port?
But is it port property? Maybe they
But it, yeah,
changed it.
we can find out. We can find out.
But boy, would I like to see something that grabs people as they're going by our city.
What part of, I mean, I know you're talking more about a billboard, but is part of that what do you call the wayfinder signs too? Because we don't have, is that what they're called?
That was part of the, Brooks
They
report
direct you where like downtown is, where the museum is.
where the wineries are.
Would that, is that kind of what you're thinking too? Like more signage, period?
I'm just
inside of
talking
the
about
center?
something to get them off of one of those three exits.
Yeah.
Something before those three exits that says, you know, places to stay, places to eat.
Yep.
A great picture of a nice meal on there, a great picture of a campsite, a great picture of a hotel room, a pool, something.
You're talking digital.
No, it doesn't even have to be digital. It can just be a flat billboard with those pictures on it. And because digital costs a whole bunch more, I've discovered. And if we do it on our land, it costs virtually nothing except for the billboard. If you go with a billboard company, it can cost a whole bunch more. So I just want something that makes the people come here.
Well, and I'm glad you brought that up because that is something that the city council is working on. It's one of the things that we've been trying to wrestle with. And I think as part of our community economic development committee that's just almost ready to launch, we just have to have a couple more pieces to that. That's one of the things is how do we get people to stop? How do we get people off the freeway? Now, the Department of Transportation has like the McDonald's or the winery that are out, you know, as you're coming in before the exit. Not as many as there ought to be. But I think the businesses have to pay for some of that.
You do. It's $685 for our little itty bitty sign.
Yeah, but that's the one that's coming in that says where the things that are available, 3 miles, McDonald's 6, you know, however it comes out. But, you know, once you get off the exit,
There's nothing.
And that's one of the things that the council has been wrestling with. So I'm glad we can take that as part of our report
For future.
to the council to say that that's one of the things we would like to see. And I don't know, we would probably need to investigate. You have to help me out with this. If we were able to use LTAC money to create, you know, when you go into Grandview, that first exit into Grandview, and you get down there to the bottom and right over.
No, that's it.
Okay.
Okay. Have we heard from, Tom, what is that, I'm sorry.
Ellen.
Tom, right, I'm like, that's a
No,
no,
we
for the next, okay. I just didn't
know.
know, I was gonna ask about the next meeting, and then I just thought I would ask them.
Okay, so future items, we've already kind of talked about the future items for agendas. So we've got a couple of things on there. The photography issue and the little bit about what we can do as far as getting transportation for vehicles for events. We're going to see how we can massage that into a budget. If we had paid for them out of LTAC to by event, or
Yeah,
the
'cause
city
like
buys
if
their
I-
own.
I
Kubota.
bought it, I would say, hey, you know, like if I had to buy one, and Lindsay probably would ask me, hey, can we borrow it? And then I'd be like, yeah,
I
here
think
you
no
go.
matter what, whether you have to fundraise for it or not, I think you need it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I think
we
so.
definitely
There's no
need
question.
it.
There's no absolute.
We use them like, I mean, that's how the police
I
officers
want
get
one of
around.
that's what I want for
Mhm.
me to get around. But I'm gonna borrow my cousin.
And we do help, you know, sometimes there's
Like
like
a wheelchair?
somebody, they're
I have
elderly,
3.
they can't walk, push them far. So we do help, you know,
Yeah.
sometimes the officers will see like an elderly lady, they need help, they're
Yeah.
tired. So they'll put them in there, we'll take them to their car, or
I'm
just
gonna
put
get a
them in the
white
van.
bag.
Or, you know, somebody's just feeling, so we're like, okay,
Or
sit in here,
Yeah.
so we can
Dehydrated.
get, you know, we'll get you some water, or somebody run, go get water. So they are very useful.
They're-
And
I
know,
think it's a viable expense.
yeah.
We just need to figure out
How to pay for it.
how to get it. Okay. So our next meeting, girls. Now I know that we just are on an as needed sort of situation. We would like to be able to have the motel detail, and that's the other member of our committee, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
So if we can convince it, maybe I can call him or you can call him and say, or we can be on the same call with him.
We'll go to you.
We can go to a hotel.
Yeah,
and-
we'll do it, they have a big room there.
Yeah.
I do.
And if that would be more helpful to him, we can certainly arrange that.
Yeah.
So for now, our next meeting, could we set it what do you think, 2 months? Or should we for now do it every month? So we all know what, I want to.
Where are we, April?
Yeah.
Do one in May.
We could do
We
it
could
in
do one
June.
at the beginning of June so that Amy can give us like
wrap up of Cinco.
And that way we can put together a plan for the 2023.
We'll be working
That's
on
what I was
budget
gonna
for
say, yeah,
that,
that would be good.
and maybe we'll be allowed to have
So
some.
the next Wednesday, June 1st is on a
I
Wednesday.
won't be here. I will be on a boat for the week. And I
Okay.
think
Only
that's vacation I take.
Or
for
the
the year.
last week of May?
Last week of May is great.
Before Memorial Day sometime.
Yeah.
So like the 25th on Wednesday?
Is Wednesday a good day for you guys?
Yeah, Wednesday's my days off.
Okay.
Yeah, Wednesday is,
May 25th?
yeah.
Do you guys like this time?
Yes.
4 o'clock is good. 1
We're
o'clock.
almost done, like, sorry.
30 seconds.
I have to get to.
Okay, all right, without objection, meeting adjourned. Thank you, ladies, for all showing up.
Yeah.
And you brought up a lot of good issues, so I think that we, off to a good start.
Stephanie, if you end up needing the fundraise, we'll make a big donation.
Everybody have a nice afternoon.
Thank you.
Bye, Stephanie.